Have you ever felt like ancient history is just one big, blurry block of time? You know, pyramids, pharaohs, Roman sandals. It all kind of blends together. Well, get ready for a historical bombshell that's going to completely rewire your brain. What if I told you that Cleopatra, the legendary last pharaoh of Egypt, lived closer in time to you scrolling on your iPhone than she did to the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza? I know, it sounds absolutely bonkers, but it's true. Stick with me because we're about to unravel this incredible timeline. And trust me, it's going to change the way you see history forever. Let's start with the star of our show, the Great Pyramid of Giza. This monumental tomb, built for the pharaoh Khufu, is a true marvel of the ancient world. Historians and archaeologists place its construction somewhere around 2560 BC. To put that into perspective, that's over 4,500 years ago. Imagine the sheer scale of that project. Thousands of workers toiling under the Egyptian sun, quarrying massive stone blocks and hauling them into place with nothing but ropes, sleds, and incredible human ingenuity. This wasn't just a building, it was a statement of power, a stairway to the heavens for a divine king. It represents the peak of Egypt's Old Kingdom, a foundational era that defined what it meant to be Egyptian for millennia to come. Now, let's fast forward through a huge chunk of history. We're jumping over entire dynasties, skipping past famous pharaohs like Tutankhamun and Ramesses the Great. We're flying through more than 2,400 years. That's a massive amount of time. To give you some context, the time gap between us today and the Roman Empire is about 2,000 years. So the gap between the pyramid and Cleopatra is even longer than that. Finally, we arrive at the era of Cleopatra VII. She was born in 69 BC. Do the math with me. The Great Pyramid was completed around 2560 BC, and Cleopatra was born in 69 BC. That's a staggering gap of approximately 2,491 years when Cleopatra visited the Great Pyramid and the Sphinx, which she most certainly did. She was looking at monuments that were already ancient mysteries to her and her people. They were older to her than the classic Roman ruins are to us today. She probably wondered about their construction just as much as we do, with countless legends and myths already surrounding them. Cleopatra wasn't of ancient Egyptian descent in the way you might think. She was part of the Ptolemaic dynasty, a line of Greek rulers established by Ptolemy I, one of Alexander the Great's generals, after he conquered Egypt. So, Cleopatra's native language was Greek. Not Egyptian, though she was famously the first of her dynasty to actually learn the Egyptian language. She saw herself as a true pharaoh, embracing Egyptian customs and religion to legitimize her rule. But her world was a Hellenistic one, deeply intertwined with the Mediterranean, especially Rome. She wasn't building pyramids. She was navigating complex political alliances, commanding naval fleets, and famously forging relationships with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. Her world was one of political intrigue, global trade, and clashing superpowers, a world much closer to the classical era of Rome than the ancient era of the pyramid builders. Now, for the final piece of our timeline puzzle, the iPhone. The first iPhone was unveiled by Steve Jobs in 2007. It was a device that completely revolutionized communication, technology, and modern life. Cleopatra died in 30 BC, so from her death to the launch of the iPhone is roughly 2037 years. Let's put it all together. It's a powerful reminder that history isn't a flat line, but a deep, multi-layered story.